Hey guys, just a quick little update. This is Amber, by the way. So due to illnesses and the holidays and stuff like that, um, we just had a lot going on. Didn't record that much. So this episode is actually recorded back in October, right before Halloween. And the next episode is actually before Thanksgiving. So bear with us. We'll get back on schedule, but we hope you enjoy this episode.
Welcome back to another episode of Hysterical. I don't remember at all what we talked about last episode, to be quite honest. But we're just going to go from here.
I'm partly to blame, okay? Obviously, we missed a week because I'm dying over here. So I don't blame you for not remembering.
What I do remember is last episode we talked about how we were being responsible and doing this remotely. And I think remotely I gave you
I still got sick. You sent a virus through our computers.
Oh my gosh, imagine if that was possible. That's so scary.
Oh god.
But I have an update on Halloween costumes actually for the kids.
Okay, go for it.
So, of course, Caleb wants to be a dinosaur, and that's fine. But originally, I was going to take him to a Halloween store and get him a new one. He's anti-new costume. He wants to wear the exact same one that he wore last year. So, I'm like, for sure, go ahead. Save me money. Haley, on the other hand, I was going to do Tinkerbell, but all the Tinkerbell costumes I saw were so, like, poorly made.
Okay.
Like it didn't look good. So the fact that I'm going to be Misty, I was like, oh, I'll go to Hobby Lobby and make her a Togepi outfit. And I thought it would be cute, but I was like looking at all the material I'd need and putting it all together in my head, and I was like, it's worth it. So she's going to be in this like dress thing that has like pumpkins and ghosts and stuff like that. It's just a really cute like dress.
Okay.
I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, hey, any costume is better than no costume. Can I just say,
What's up?
the girls' school is really irritating me.
Why?
So, it's Red Ribbon Week, okay?
Okay.
Which, whatever, we do that every year. The week before or 2 weeks ago, it was Anti-Bullying Week, okay?
Okay.
Every day is a different theme, all this stuff, and it's just like, dude, like, you're making me spend money here, okay?
Okay.
They will not be wearing costumes on Halloween. However, on Friday, they can dress up as a book character. And I'm just like, bruh, I just bought my kids costumes. Now you want me to go buy them something so they can look like a book character?
Well, you know what? Okay, so with Caleb's, because he's not in school, he's in like Head Start, which is like
right
preschool, basically. For those who don't know. But his things too, he dresses up on the 31st and it's as a book character. Well, he's a dinosaur. I'm going to send him in his dinosaur costume and be like, it's from We're Back. He's Rex.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, okay, Sam is this like prom queen zombie.
Pick a damn book that has that.
A prom queen zombie. I'm going to have to or something. Allison is a police officer.
Like, huh?
Allison is a police officer.
Freaking pick any book that has a police officer in it.
I guess, yeah, because this is just...
I think it's more of wordplay. They're allowing you to dress up, but as a book character. Well,
I think what they're trying to avoid... I think what they're trying to avoid is scary costumes.
But there's scary books.
Yeah, but they're going to be like... In their mind, I think their way of thinking of it is most kids' books don't have Michael Myers in it.
I beg to differ. I went to Barnes and Nobles just a little while ago, and in the kids section was a kid-friendly Michael Myers. and Freddy Krueger, and they're all sitting at dinner.
That's freaking amazing.
Exactly. I was tempted to buy it. But I mean, I just think it's wordplay. So they should just say, hey, nothing scary, like no weapons or whatever.
Yeah, which
Like
is like, that's
that
what
would
they
make
used to
sense.
do back when we were in school. Like, or not, I don't think it was when we were in school. It was more so like Johnny and Maddie. It
Oh,
was
well,
just
in
like,
my school they did. They're like no swords, no like
I think they might have started.
but-
They might have been starting to do that once I was getting
yeah.
older.
Yeah.
You know,
But I mean, it's not. I
it's just
mean, he's going as a dinosaur, so it's from We're Back,
yeah.
and whether you like it or not, that's what he is. And there's billions of books of dinosaurs, so whatever.
I'm going to look up a zombie prom queen book that's like semi kid friendly because this is just ridiculous.
Right. Well,
Like,
you briefly mentioned, by the way, that the kids, that your girl's school introduced you to a new like tradition or something for Halloween.
yes. Okay. So everyone knows the classic pumpkin carving and making a jack o' lantern. Okay, which
Yeah.
it's messy. You're dealing with sharp knives. I mean, Allison is 6 years old, you know, and it's just, it's a lot going on. It's very chaotic, okay? Especially the mess.
Right.
And then if you carve it too soon, then you risk the pumpkin like decaying before Halloween even happens, you
Yeah.
know? And it's just so much. But her school did a thing where they paint pumpkins,
Oh, okay.
which is so awesome. Like, I bought, I don't know, a bunch of paints, like paint, you know,
Yeah.
which they could use for anything. Some paintbrushes, which they could use for anything.
Yeah, so it's not just one thing.
Yeah, it's not like I'm
One-time use.
using this paint specifically for that. Like, the paint can be used for anything now,
Right.
you know? But, Allison had her little pumpkin that she's attached to that is going to be thrown away soon because it is getting soft.
Oh, okay.
And Sam has her big pumpkin. And we scrolled through ideas of what they would want to paint their pumpkins at, like, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Sam's is kind of like a Jack Skeleton looking pumpkin head.
Mm-hmm.
And Allison's is like a cat. So, but
okay.
it was
Very
a lot
simple.
of, it was a lot of fun. And it was something that they could do and I could help them with without doing all the work. And they're just kind of sitting there like, this isn't fun. Like,
yeah.
I'm
Well,
not doing the work, Mom.
right. Seriously. Well, I found a pumpkin carving hack that I think would be fun. So last year I carved a pumpkin for Caleb because he was 3 at the
Right.
time. And so I carved it for him and I made a dinosaur.
Okay.
But so usually you cut the top of the pumpkin and then you scoop out all the seeds and then you carve it with the little X-Acto knife thing.
Right.
Well, I saw that you don't cut the top, you cut the bottom of the pumpkin.
I saw that too.
You use a hand mixer and then you scoop out what the hand mixer loosened up. And then you use cookie cutter, the cookie cutters, and you
Yep.
get like a small little mallet thing and you like hit it and it makes the what do you call it?
Like
The hole
eye
for you or
holes and stuff
whatever,
like
the
that,
eyes,
yeah.
the nose. Yeah. And then you put Vaseline on like those openings so it keeps it moist.
Question. Question.
Yeah.
Did you see this on TikTok?
I saw it on Facebook.
Oh, maybe I saw it on Facebook. I saw it on something.
Yeah,
But
she
I
puts
saw
it over like a candle and you sprinkle cinnamon inside
so
and
it
then
smells
it smells
good.
good.
Yes,
I
exactly.
kind of want to try it.
Yeah, I mean, I would try.
The
I
only
guess my
thing
thing.
is,
Go for it.
I was gonna say the only thing is I don't have a hand mixer.
Oh, jeez. Okay, hand mixer, which is a appliance, which means I can talk about this. I need you to get an air fryer.
You want me to
You-
get an air fryer?
You need an air fryer.
Why?
It is a necessity. You
Is
do
it
not.
though?
Yes. Listen, have you ever okay, I don't know about you, but I'm big on like chili cheese fries, right?
I
Like
can do chili cheese fries.
okay, like I love chili cheese fries. There's this local place called George's. Uh they have like chili cheese fries and like those like to go boxes, kind of like the Chinese food to go boxes, but without the dividers,
Yes.
but like that size, right? That's an order of chili cheese
Okay.
fries.
Oh wow.
Obviously,
Okay.
like I'm not gonna sit there and eat the whole thing.
I mean, that makes one of us, but
I can't. I can't eat that much food in one sitting. If I had gotten it for like lunch, I would have eaten it for lunch and then I would have eaten it for dinner.
right.
But I
Okay.
got it for dinner. Excuse me. Couldn't do it, whatever. Saved it. Put it in the air fryer. My fries came out nice and crispy. The cheese got nice and gooey.
Oh.
It was delicious.
See, what
You need
I
an air
usually
fryer.
do is so we all know if you put fries in the microwave, they get all soggy.
Blech. Yep.
Usually just pop them in the oven
Okay, but the oven,
or put
like
them
you're
on a pan.
okay, but you're preheating it, whatever. All I did was literally take it out of the styrofoam thing, put it in well, I have like these round like baking dish slash like stove like pans, whatever they are. But if you had
Right.
like a casserole dish or whatever, anything small that could fit in the air fryer, put it in there, popped it in there, pressed on, 350, 5 minutes, done.
Well, okay. I'm looking this up right now. There's an air fryer. See, but there's like so many different ones. How do you know which one to get?
Okay, so one thing when it comes to a lot of appliances is you're paying for the name. Another thing is you're paying for the size.
Right, so I
So,
see one at like Kohl's for like
okay,
$140.
yeah, that's insane. No, that's
There's
insane.
one at Kohl's again that's the Ninja Air Fryer Black, which is $100.
Again, because it's Ninja.
Oh, okay. Well,
Ninja is a
hold the
good brand
phone.
name. That's what I have. You know how there's those blenders? It's like a single like cup blender.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine is a single cup blender, a big blender, and a food processor all in one, and it's a Ninja. And yes, I paid money for it, but because it took three of my appliances that I already had, and it made it into one, so it
So
was worth it.
okay. So there's a 2-quart digital air fryer.
Okay,
That's
2 quarts
two
is kind of
T.
small.
That's like $30.
Yeah, um,
um
50
I mean,
bucks. This is it's
yeah,
a 2 quart. Never mind.
54.99. That's 4 quarts.
That's better. But anyways, my whole thing is you need to get an air fryer, and I just found one for $50 that is 6 quarts
Where?
on Amazon.
Beesh.
Be
Well, link that to me, and
I
then
will.
I'll take a look since
I
I
will.
need it.
Listen, okay, frozen like dino nuggies come out so much better. Mozzarella sticks, dude. Okay, so when it's like Sunday football, I pop two not microwave, but two frozen pizzas in the oven. In my air fryer, I
Okay.
make mozzarella sticks and I make boneless buffalo wings in the air fryer. Takes me 20 minutes. It's
Oh,
amazing.
interesting. Okay.
It's amazing.
Huh.
Yes.
Can you make anything in
Yes, it's like basically it's a mini oven. I've made salmon in there. I've made pork chops in there. I've made chicken in there. I've made, yes.
there? You know what's funny is that like, oh, I see it. Okay, you did send it to me.
Yes.
Um, here's so they don't want kids playing with like appliances and stuff like that. Like now, think about this nowadays. Okay, there's no like toys where it's like an actual appliance where you can get like burned or anything like that. We used to have easy bake ovens,
They still have
like,
easy bake ovens.
but like they put it towards they gear it towards like way older kids now.
Yeah, I guess you would say like more like preteen type kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, when I see them, I was like, that's interesting. Air fryer, okay. I
Yes, I
accidentally
like.
saved it to Caleb's wish list, but that's okay. That's what he wants for his
He
birthday.
wants an air fryer. Right, for Christmas. For Christmas.
Right. Oh, there you go for Christmas. I'll
But
just transfer it over to my stuff.
yes, you can
Interesting. Okay.
technically you can even bake a cake in there.
Seriously?
Yeah, like if you had a pan small enough, you could bake a cake in there.
How small
It,
would this cake be? Like a freaking
I don't
muffin?
know, like a 6 inch. I don't know.
I mean, for all the
Let's
guys
see.
listening, I don't think 6 inches is small at all.
6 inches is a very satisfying size. Okay, look,
Oh my gosh. Back on track.
back on track. Back on
Okay.
track.
Halloween movies. So
Oh,
I
oh.
recently saw something, and I know you had something to talk about, so I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay. Because basically, the way that I see it, it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like
Oh
Home
my
Alone.
silence.
It's like Home Alone meets like Psycho person. So
What movie
the
is this?
the movie is called The Collector.
I've seen
Okay.
that movie.
Okay. Do you not remember the first one where it's in the house and the house is all booby trapped like something out of a Home Alone on Crack nightmare?
Yes. I remember. Let me think. It was kind of like Saw in a sense, but like not
Sort
so much.
of. Not so much whereas like Saw they're in traps and like they have to get out, where this one it's like you're not getting out because there's traps and you're not necessarily going to see the traps.
Dude, there's this. Hold on.
Okay.
We'll circle back to the collector real fast. But there's
Okay.
this movie where this girl gets kidnapped. Okay,
Damn.
and so she's in this room, and there's another a man who's also kidnapped with her,
Okay.
and they're always talking through like a vent or a wall or something. And then he ends up like they end up meeting, and now they're both in the same room because like the abductor lets them be in the same room. They're intimate, like they she falls in love with him, and then they like are trying to leave the house together, but we find out that that guy is in on it with the abductor.
What movie is this? Because it sounds very
No,
familiar.
no, I'm pretty sure you saw it, but I can't remember.
I hate it when you do this to me.
Well, I can't remember either, but it was like it's an older movie for sure. Um, it's it's a really good movie though. But she ends up sleeping with him because she fell in love with him in a sense. You know, you fell in love with someone who you thought was kidnapped with you. You start
Right.
trauma bonding.
Right.
So it's like I don't know what that is.
Oh, jeez. I hate this because I want to know.
Okay, watch like movies about kidnapping.
Okay, but it's like so specific. It's like there's a man and a woman. And. Okay,
Let
I'm gonna
me,
pause.
you know
Hold on.
what? It's like
I'm gonna pause this. We found it, which both of us at the same time, which is kind of funny.
yeah, it's captivity. The cat is it captivity or the captivity?
Captivity.
It's a great movie.
Just captivity. Um, I don't know if I've seen it. I feel like
You
I
should watch it.
have. I feel
You
like I
should
might
also
have.
watch. You should also. Well, she's in another movie where she like picks up some hitchhiker, I believe, and then he like tries to make her like do stuff with her, but then she like runs off the road and gets trapped in the truck. It's like upside down and stuff. That's another movie she's in.
Okay, well, she's also in the House of Wax.
Yes.
Um,
But there's
she's
another movie called The Betrayed
okay.
where a woman she gets kidnapped. She has a husband and a son, and then basically the kidnappers are trying to tell her like your husband's not who you think he is, and she's like in a cell. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but I do remember it was a fantastic movie.
Interesting. Okay.
But I recently saw a movie with Emma Roberts, I believe her name is Emma Roberts,
Okay.
the girl from American Horror Story.
Yes, Emma Roberts, Julia Roberts, niece, not daughter, niece.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't remember the name of the movie because it sucked so hard.
What was it about, though?
She's like this new mom and she's going
Abandoned.
through postpartum.
Abandoned.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yes.
stupid.
I haven't seen it. I saw that it's on Hulu. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll check it out, but like, I haven't.
Let's put it this way. My dad fell asleep and I was on and off paying attention because it didn't hold my attention.
Right.
And the ending was just like, I was like, huh? What?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, it was just, they could have went so many different ways with this story, and it was like, ugh.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'll still check it out just because I'm always interested and I have to watch it. But
You're
The
like,
Collector.
I've seen it.
The
Oh, yes.
Collector. It was just a movie that I like movies like that because like stuff like that could happen. It's not supernatural. It could happen.
Well, so you watched the first one.
I watched the first and the second one.
Yeah, because the first one's The Collector, and then the second one's The Collection.
Yes. The Collection, obviously not as good as the first one.
Wasn't correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't he kidnapping people that he thought was perfect, or no?
Yes.
Or is that another movie?
No, it is. It doesn't really. I want more backstory on what he's doing and why he's doing it. Like,
right.
In The Collection, we saw that he's doing some weird stuff because there's like body parts attached to other people's body parts. It's like all legs or like all arms. It's like, it's really weird, but there's no, I want to know why. Like, why are you so sick and twisted? Tell me.
Tell me why.
I want to know.
Did you see that movie? What is it called?
You and these movies that you don't know the names of.
No, I'm sorry. It's the movie where Breathe? Don't Breathe.
Yes, I saw Don't Breathe, where they break into the house. The guy is like blind. Yes.
I think the most trippy part about that was him trying to impregnate the women, like with a turkey baster.
Dude, that movie was just so, yeah. Isn't there another one?
Yes.
I want to say that there was a sequel.
Let me see. Don't Breathe 2. Yeah, there is.
I thought so.
Concerning though. Like, well, we know he survived. Did we?
Yes.
Did I watch it? I've never watched the second one. I didn't really like the first one. That's why.
I thought, again, it was interesting. I like movies where it's like, this could really happen because people are psycho nuts and like,
yeah,
I love it. And you son of a biscuit, it is only on Stars. I hate you.
Look up Eden Lake.
Eden Lake?
Eden Lake. Eden.
I figure like
Lake.
Garden of Eden.
Eden Lake. That is a fantastic movie. Along with Don't Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, yes, I've seen Spit on Your Grave. Yes,
that's great. The second one was all right, but Eden Lake is up there. Eden Lake.
Gotcha.
Is a really good movie if you're really into like horror thriller films.
Yes.
It came out, I believe, in 2009, 2008. I can't remember exactly when it came out. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, see, I love all those. Like,
and Michael Fassbender is in it. I think that's his last name. You know who he is, right?
Yeah. See,
yeah, he's in it. And Kelly Riley I believe that's her name. She's also in it.
Gotcha.
Great movie, I tell you. Gotta watch it.
Oh, she's the broad in Yellowstone. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So this movie is like it's really trippy. Basically, it's a couple and they want to go out and like, I think they're like going on like a trip or something,
Right.
and they encounter some people that like are just being real jerks, and from there, it all just goes downhill.
Gotcha.
It's a ride.
All right. I might have
If
to
you've
check it
never
out.
seen it, it's worth it.
I might have to check it out. But yeah, these like I love movies like this. I love movies like this. I love scary stuff in general. Like, even though I feel like Halloween is so past its prime, I still watched Halloween Kills. I'm gonna watch Halloween Ends. Like, I just love scary stuff.
Yeah, same. Actually,
Speaking
speaking of scare, oh, first,
Speaking of scary stuff, I sent you songs from that band.
right, you did.
They're out. Well, they have 2 albums that are all based off of scary movies, and I sent you 3 songs that I wanted you to guess what movies those songs were based off of.
Okay, yeah. So it was by Ice Nine Kills.
Yes.
The first song you sent me was what?
The first song
The
I sent you.
The American Nightmare.
Yes.
That, I guess, was Nightmare on Elm Street.
It was 100%.
Okay. Cool.
I mean,
okay. It was
he
the second-
talks about, like, one of the first things is like, early to bed, early to die. Okay. It's all about nightmares. And he says, what was he say? Something about his glove. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was looking out for, like key terms. That's why the
Yes.
second one I'm not too sure about.
You were right. You're right. The second one.
Okay,
which
so the
is-
second,
Go ahead.
A Grave Mistake.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I guess The Crow. Question mark.
Which they say The Crow in it multiple times.
But maybe like I just like it. You ever listen to a song and then you just kind of miss pieces?
Right, but I mean, in the beginning it talks about, a new bride and groom and all this stuff and how he's going to seek basically revenge. And they say The Crow in it like multiple times, but yes, you are right, it is The Crow.
Well, so looking at this last one, which was The World in My Hands.
Yes.
Now, just by the title, I originally thought, well, maybe that one's a Nightmare on Elm Street because it said hands. But then I was like, oh, but the American Nightmare. I'm like, nope, that has to be Nightmare. So on this one, when I was listening to it, excuse me, oh my gosh, I can't remember what lyric, but I was like, nope, that's Edward Scissorhands.
Oh,
I believe it was when it said the snow.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
That was the
it.
one that gave it away for me. 100%.
Really?
Yes, 100%. Once it says about the snow, like, and then it made sense. Everything I can't touch but still feel because he can't touch anything. Like,
Yeah, that's so sad. He can chest bump you though.
yes, 100% chest bumps are a go. Don't need your
Okay,
hands for
cool.
that.
So
But yes, you were right.
I mean, you don't need he can get down and dirty too because he don't need
yeah.
hands for that.
Just don't use your hands, okay? Don't use your hands.
Exactly.
Just don't use your hands. That's all.
So I did guess it. Awesome.
You did guess it. You did guess it.
So I have something.
Okay.
So Curtis, my boyfriend, he was over this weekend and he put on this show. And so we've all seen the paranormal shows where they do like hunting the purgatory or like ghost hunting or whatever. Like,
I've never seen them.
because usually they're like usually fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're so hardcore fake. You could tell like, oh, probably someone pulled a string because it's like the recording cuts off and like it has like that edit so you could tell like that's fake.
Right.
He was watching, it's called Mind, Mind, Seed, Seed, TV, and he said Hunting Purgatory. These two guys go to like haunted areas and places.
Right.
So I gave it a shot. He was watching it, and there was one part where they walk into the house and they're recording, and a chair like goes across the room, things start falling. They go into like the stables and very loudly like the stable door slams. The inside of a door of the house was like wide open, and they asked it like, did you open the door? Were you trying to come inside or leave? They're like, inside, come inside, because they used like the spirit box.
Right.
So I was like, it was kind of like, I was like, this is intriguing. It could be fake, but it led me to believe like maybe it's not, because of how unedited it really was. Because they show both guys' cameras, they get different angles.
Gotcha.
So it's very interesting. At some point, though, they were going to mess with the Ouija board, and that's why I was like, bitch, I'm out. Curtis,
nope.
You can watch this. I'm going to go to the other room when you're done. Like, let me know, because I do not fuck with Ouija board.
That's funny. That's funny.
But I would say you could check that out, too.
I can't really do, though. I'm not huge into paranormal stuff. Like, it's not my thing. Like, especially when it's like videos from somebody else, I'm just like, this could be faked. This could be faked.
Exactly.
If it doesn't happen directly to me, I'm like, I don't know.
Well, what was it? There was a YouTuber, Rubzy, I think his name was.
Okay.
Rubzy. He's live streaming in his house or apartment or whatever. And during the live stream, his bedroom door closes. So he gets up and opens it, and it closes again, opens and closes. I was skeptical because I was like, okay, someone could be closing it, be behind the door or whatever.
Right.
Then he has a chair that moves across the room. Now, I originally thought, okay, well, maybe someone's pulling or whatever, but like he picks up the fucking chair, I believe, at some point, and there's like nothing attached to it or whatever, but it starts moving around.
I feel like there's always a way. There's always a way that these things can happen, that people are
definitely look it up. I'll see if I can send it to you. Because it was super trippy. I watched it because I was like, okay, this is interesting. Like, if it actually happened, like that's crazy to have it caught on camera.
Definitely, yeah. I don't know. I'm so skeptical, and I'm just like,
oh yeah. So his door opens, is what it was. I'm gonna see if I can send it to you. You don't need to hear the audio.
Okay.
Let me see.
See, my thing is like, there's ways that people like have their Alexa hooked up to their door, like, and they're like, Alexa, close the bedroom door, and it closes the bedroom door. So it's like, that could be what's going on.
Right. So like the door opens.
Right.
And then it slams shut. And then he's like hearing stuff. You clearly do not need audio though. At all.
Yeah.
Because it's all visual, unless you want to hear him saying like what's going on or whatever. A light switch turns on, or a light turns on.
Okay, I see the door opening. Like there could be that somebody is in that door.
Right. Okay, someone could be in that door. Clearly, that's what I thought too. I'm like, okay, someone could be behind it.
Oh, and the light switch goes on in the other room. Somebody's in there.
Right. So I'm like, okay, that could just be like whatever. And
his cat is just chilling. Come on. Animals are supposed to be like the ones that are like in tune with all that stuff. My pets would be acting weird as hell if something was actually happening.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
So
see,
like
I went
at
back on.
some point,
Go ahead.
huh?
Nothing. I'm
At
commenting on the
one
movie or the video. Go ahead.
oh, at one point a chair like moves across the room, and that's like at 2 minutes or no 3 minutes 54 seconds, like almost at 4 minutes, a chair like gets pulled across.
Right.
But then again, like it could have been edited that way. So it's
Oh, the
like, who
box
knows?
moved. The box flew. Like they could have had like a string taped to that box and just yanked it across.
Yeah, see, I'm skeptical on that, but on certain things where it's like, there's no, like, I don't know.
You said three
Sometimes I'm
minutes
like, oh,
something seconds.
it's like almost at 4 minutes, and the chair
Okay.
just moves. That's it.
Yeah, like I don't. This doesn't. Nope.
Well,
Nope.
that's what I'm saying. I'm very skeptical on that stuff too. I'm always like, nah, this could happen. This could happen. Like, you could be doing this, that, this, that. It takes a lot for me to be like, well, maybe.
Like, yeah, there has to be like, I don't know. I feel like if it doesn't happen to me,
You
I'm
don't
not
want
going to
it
believe
to happen
it.
to you.
I don't want it to happen to me, but the thing is that if it doesn't happen to me, I'm going to find every logical reason out there. Okay, see the way that chair moved? They could have had a string tied to the chair
Yeah, I
leg.
relooked. Yeah, I relooked at that and I was like, okay, that's
Yeah,
not, yeah.
yeah.
But like, I wish I could have recorded some of the things that I've been through, but it's like, I was so young, and it's like, it's not like, like the ghost is gonna tap, or the demon, or I should say not ghost, the demon's like, hey, yo, I'm gonna fuck with you. Pull out your camera, you know?
Yeah, right, right. Um,
So it's like,
yeah, but it's like I can find all the like logical explanations to like the paranormal stuff to like dismiss it.
right.
That I think that is why I prefer scary movies that have to do with like a human doing the killing. Like those
Right.
get to
Yeah.
me so much more because I'm just like, this could actually happen. Like,
Did you finish Dahmer? Did
I,
we finish
not,
talking about that?
listen, I've been dying for like 2 weeks. Okay, I have
I mean,
an episode and a half. Okay, episode and a half.
oh my gosh. But you finished Don't Fuck with Cats. I
Yes, I
believe you
did.
finished
Yes,
that.
yes, yes. We did talk about it. We
Yeah.
talked about that.
Yeah.
But
Well, nothing really to touch base on Dahmer. I mean, you pretty much we already talked about the possibility of if you were to go to heaven or not.
yes, we did talk about that. And again, it's like as humans, of course, we are flawed, and we feel that certain people shouldn't be allowed in heaven and all that stuff. But that's why it's not our place. We don't get to judge. We don't get to determine who goes to heaven and who goes to hell. So
Yep. Oh my gosh.
what?
Here's my question to you.
Okay,
Do you believe that the earth is flat
Bish. This
or
bish.
or a globe?
This bish.
Now, the reason why I asked this
The Earth
is because my dad
is a
now
motherfucking
flat
globe.
earther.
Your dad is what?
He's a flat earther. He believes the earth is flat. Now, not flat like like a piece of paper, but more think of it as like a snow globe.
What do you mean as a snow globe? A snow globe is a globe. It is
No,
round.
so basically, like, it's a flat surface. Like, we're flat. I'm gonna show you what my dad believes. Okay.
God.
I'm like, what do you mean? Now, the reason why he believes it more is because in the Bible it states that.
Where? Give me the scripture, please, because
I will. Okay, so we will have to come back to this because this is like a whole other. Like,
I want this on the record. Okay, I want this on the record. The Earth is a sphere. It is a spherical shape. It is not flat. There is no edge of the Earth.
Well,
Okay.
that's the thing. Flat earthers believe there's an edge of the earth,
There is
especially
no
especially some Christians because,
No edge.
well, hold up.
There is no edge.
Hold on.
There's no edge.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. The Bible states that he took, I believe, Enoch to the edges of the earth.
Okay. But back then, the edges of the earth could have meant the edge of the land where the land meets the ocean. Technically, that's the edge of the earth.
Exactly. That's what I thought too. Now, I just showed you like a version of it, of what flat would be like. They believe that the
No.
the ice, what is it called? The ice is like
Antarctica?
is the edge. Yeah, is like
No.
in cap. It's so strange what my dad.
No.
I'm not a believer at all.
The earth is round. Okay?
That's what I believe.
It is round.
Well, the way that he sees it, no.
You don't think that by now, with all the satellites we have up in space, and with the exploration that we have done, that we wouldn't have figured out that the Earth is freaking flat?
Well, here's the thing. Now, I'm one of the people that believe we've never been to the moon. For a couple reasons.
Hold up!
There's a few reasons why.
You don't think we've ever been to the moon?
No. Go to the Hubble telescope, and you can do that on your computer right now. And I want you to look at the American flag. Where is it?
You don't think that we've
Where is the American flag? With that Hubble telescope, we can see past the moon, okay? Which we can see other planets because it's the world's biggest telescope. We can see past the moon, and we can see all of its definitions and stuff, right? If you look at the moon, which is 10 times closer than all of the further planets, why can't we see the American flag?
Hold up.
On top of that,
did we leave the American flag up there?
Yes.
Okay.
On top of that, the boot imprint does not match the
Does the moon not rotate like the Earth and like every other planet out there?
No. I don't believe it does.
Does the moon rotate?
Wait, hold on. It says the answer is yes, the moon rotates, but it does not so much more slowly than Earth does. A moon day is around 29.53 Earth days, according to NASA.
So
in other words, whereas Earth completes one
Go ahead.
Oh, whereas Earth completes one rotation every 24 hours, the moon experiences a sunrise roughly every 709 hours. So at some point, we should be able to see the flag, but you never can see it.
If it's still there, when the hell did it even get up there?
What do you mean?
You think if you put something on the moon that it's just going to stay there forever and nothing's ever going to happen to it?
That's what they claim. That's what NASA claims.
That if you... Okay, I don't care. I think we've been to the moon. I don't think that if you put something up there on the moon, that it's going to... What?
Explain the footprint boot.
What about it?
Well, the boot that the astronaut was wearing, that he wore when Neil Armstrong stepped onto the moon, he took a picture of the boot imprint on the moon, correct?
Okay.
But the actual boots that he was wearing, if you flip it over, is not the same imprints. It has a different...
Who says it was his boot print? Maybe it was the boot print of the guy in front of him or behind him.
NASA!
Okay, I'm not saying NASA doesn't lie. It says, oh, this is Neil Armstrong's boot print, but really, no, it's just this guy that you've never even heard of, but we're going to say Neil Armstrong.
There's two other things that correlate with why I believe this as well. Another one is the fact that they say we do not have the technology to go to the moon anymore. We lost it. We don't have it anymore. How do you figure? We did the moon landing when? Back in what?
Forever and a half ago? Before we were born.
Right. So the moon landing was 1969. You're telling me we're in 2022 and we don't know how to get to the moon? we don't have the technology, but back when there was just basically tinfoil, we were able to just go to the moon. That's where I'm like, huh? And then one other thing, and I will get you the actual person who said it. One of the astronauts that did go up into space literally came out and said, we never went.
Nope, I don't believe it. I don't care. No, we went to the moon.
So find me where you can see the American flag.
I don't think.
All right.
Okay, hold on. First of all, I don't think that after, what was it, 69 that we went up there?
Yeah.
79, 89, 99, 2009, 2019. After over 50 years, that the American flag would still be up there. I don't think it would be.
Let's see. Is the American flag still on the moon? Yes. It is great to have confirmed that the flag is still on the moon.
I don't think so. 50 years, like maybe pieces of it, maybe little scraps of it are on the moon.
Well, then also, like, why was the flag moving when they put it? There's no wind in space.
But it's zero gravity, so the thing is going to float in the freaking air. Which there's no air, but still, there's no gravity.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like if
I still want to know where we can't see it.
If there was gravity, then it would just like fall flat, because gravity's gonna pull the weight down. There's no gravity; it's gonna like kind of pull it up. Okay.
Well, supposedly, if you look it up, the flag is still there,
and I'm sure pieces of the flag is still there. Technically,
no, they say as a whole.
As a whole, I don't believe it.
Because, like, how would it age? It's being preserved.
There's stuff flying in space.
Huh?
There's stuff flying in space. I'm sure there's stuff flying near the moon.
Right, but what I'm saying is, it's like vacuum sealing up that flag. So it's not going to deteriorate.
I'm not saying it's going to deteriorate. I'm saying there's elements. There's rocks and shit
that would hit
and dust and whatever that would erode it.
Well, supposedly it's still up there, but we can't see it on the Hubble telescope.
Oh, jeez. Look, okay, this is my hot take, all right? The Earth is round. And we're not in some sort of, like, snow globe bullshit, okay? It is round. It is a globe. It is a spherical shape. There is no edge of the Earth, okay? And
now
there was a moon landing, okay? Was the picture actually the fucking Neil Armstrong's picture? I don't know. Maybe it was Buzz Aldrich's picture. Footprint. Who knows? Maybe it was some dude that was actually the brains behind everything and not just the faces of the operation, and it was his boot print. We were on the moon.
Well, here's the reason why also my dad believes that it's kind of like the picture I showed you was because in the Bible it states in Genesis, and God made the firmament and divided the waters, which were under the firmament from the waters, which were above the firmament, and it was so. So the firmament also in the Bible states that, what did it say? God called the firmament heaven. So above us is heaven, basically. So that's why he believes it's flat, because when God comes back for like the rapture time, the entire world will see him. So how is that going to happen when it comes to like people on the other side? That's his knowledge on it.
Okay, but answer me this. We believe in this almighty God. Do we really think that he's going to come back in one spot?
Yes, it says in the Bible he's going to come from the east.
What I mean, okay, he's going to come from the east, and he's going to be in freaking North Korea. What the hell? What about us Americans? How are we going to get to North Korea?
That's what I'm saying. So, like, upside down, like that doesn't make sense, right? And he goes, well, here's my question. He goes, if you go, what's below us?
South America?
If you go to South America, are you upside down?
It's called gravity.
My dad doesn't believe in gravity.
What do you mean he doesn't believe in gravity?
He doesn't believe in gravity. He's like, I don't believe in gravity. I'm like, how do you not believe in gravity? He goes, because some guy had an apple fall on his head, now there's gravity. He goes, at that point, he's like, gravity, how are you able to throw something in it to go far? Gravity should just immediately pull it down. And I'm like, well, gravity's a constant. So I was trying to explain to my dad, if gravity is at a level 5, right, it keeps us all like down. But I throw a ball. My force of throwing the ball would be like an 8. It's able to travel, but that level 5 at some point pulls it down to the ground. That's gravity. This is not scientific at all, by the way, guys. This is just my interpretation of it because I don't know the scientifics behind it. But that's what I was trying to explain to my dad. Like, okay, if gravity's like at a constant of 3 or 4 or 5, and I chuck something, my force allows it to travel. And he doesn't believe in gravity. So I'm just like, what do you mean? This gives me a headache. That's what I'm saying. My dad, he talks about flat Earth and all that stuff now, and I'm like, I can't get behind that. Certain things, I'm like, that's interesting. That's an interesting thought.
I love your dad. Like, theory. Your dad holds a place in my heart. Okay, but I can't. I'm sorry. No. And
he was like telling me, he's like, well, as Christians, the word of God, what's in the Bible, there's no interpretation. It is what it is. So the Bible is basically saying the earth is flat.
There was always an interpretation of words. Do you think the Bible was written in American or even proper English? No. So somebody had to translate it. So even the Bibles that we have nowadays are still an interpretation, and all we can do is live our life the best that we can and not take any physical Bible word for word as the 100% truth. That's just my opinion.
So my dad's other argument is if you get a telescope and you point it straight, not up, just straight in front of you. If we're a spheric planet, how come you can't see its curve?
Because you can't see that far. What?
He's like, use the most strongest telescope you could use. Like, if we can see as close as, the telescopes can get super close to the moon, like even the telescopes we have here on Earth, which it does get pretty damn clear. Why can't we see the curvature of our own planet?
Okay, so it's like this. You see a hill, right? It's not a big hill, but you see a hill. But when you actually, in the distance, okay?
Yeah.
But the closer you get to it, doesn't look like a hill. It doesn't even feel like a hill because the incline or decline or whatever is so small.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And it's over a large distance. That's like the Earth. It's not like all of a sudden flat, 90-degree angle. We're not a fucking square, bro. A cube.
Dude, I have conversations with my dad all the time. It's so funny. He legit believes it. He's like, I didn't, but now I do. And I'm like, I can't get behind that, my guy.
I can't. Like, I could understand your dad's logic. It's like the same thing.
He doesn't believe there's...
What?
There's no satellites. He doesn't believe there's satellites.
Explain to me my fucking phone then, please.
He believes that the towers and stuff are inside. Like, we get that all from here. But there's no satellites because of the fact that if you look up with a telescope, you won't see one.
Okay, so how is it that I can make a phone call to someone in fucking I don't know why I keep saying North Korea, but in fucking Russia. There we go. I can make a phone call to
Because
Russia.
of the lines here on Earth.
There's water in the way.
Apparently, to my dad, there's no satellites up there because if you get a telescope and look up, you will not see one.
He says the wires, right? The wires from the freaking...
I believe it's wires or whatever.
Whatever. Okay.
Or the telephone towers, I guess. I don't know.
The towers. Okay. So you're telling me that there's towers that can connect all the way from California to flippin' Russia?
Apparently, I don't know. I would have to ask him more in depth on how he thinks that we communicate. There's another video too where he shows me where he's like, oh yeah, like they shot a missile straight up and then it curved and then it hit something and it blew up. And I was like, what do you mean? Like the stratosphere? Like one of the many layers that we have?
Of the
like,
ozone layer? Like, hello?
Yes. And he's like, no, it looks like it hits a wall.
It hits a wall. It
hit the firmament, is what he said.
Oh my gosh. Has he never seen, like, a launching of a fucking thing that they do over there in, like, Florida and shit?
For what? When they go to space?
When they launch, like, rockets and shit, like, up into space.
Yeah, like, I guess it turns or whatever, and then it doesn't go that far.
All of them? All of them.
I don't know. This is my dad's mentality.
Let me guess. Your dad doesn't think that there's lava or magma in the fucking core of the Earth either. Oh, wait, there is no core because we're flat.
That's a good question. I should probably ask him that.
Yeah. Explain volcanoes to me, please. Please explain volcanoes.
God. That is so funny. He's actually calling me right now. That's so funny. He can wait. I'll just have him recording the podcast. That is so funny. Should I answer it? Let's answer it.
Answer it.
Hello? Hello? Hey, I'm recording a podcast with Amber right now. We're talking about your flat earth
beliefs.
Well, she wants to know, because you're going to be on the podcast now. Do you not believe that there's lava and stuff? Because since we're flat, there would be no core.
No, there's no core, but there is lava underneath this.
What the fuck?
I have a photo on it.
You have a photo on it?
Yep. Got a photo on it. Let me do it like this. If we're spinning around the sun 365 days to get around it, why is everything still on the same spot?
Oh yeah, that's his other argument. Okay, so I'll touch base on that. Let me explain this to Amber.
Everything's in the same spot. That's BS. Because nothing will stay in the same spot.
Okay, let me get off the phone with you, and we're going to finish this podcast up, and I'll explain what you mean by that.
Yeah, and I can show you the picture of how they believe it is. There's no way we're spending 360 here around the sun and everything's staying in the same spot.
All right, let me explain. I'll talk to you in a little bit. All right, bye. Okay.
I can't.
What my dad believes is that if we're going around the sun 365 days, we go around it, right?
It takes relatively 365 days to go around the sun.
Make its full rotation.
Yes.
And other planets within our solar system are moving at either a slower or faster pace. Why is it that we can see Jupiter or Mars at the exact same time every day or whenever? Why can we still see it? Why is the North Star always in that spot?
Because they're so far away.
That's what I'm saying. So my dad believes at some point during rotation, we're going to be on the other side of the sun, right?
Right.
Which makes sense. And Jupiter is a lot slower. I believe it's Jupiter. Jupiter's slower, so it still wouldn't be... At some point, we wouldn't be able to see it.
Planets aren't always in the same spot.
Yeah, so we're at that's what I was trying to explain to my dad. We're at a constant movement, even though we get around the sun at like 365 days, we've completed our full rotation. Say, Jupiter or Mars or whatever, they're moving at their constant speed as well as our constant speed. So at that exact same time that we're supposed to see them, we will always see them because it's moving at the rotation. That's why we can see them at that time. At those times.
But they're not always in the same
constant.
spot. They're not always in the same spot either. There are times where, like, you hear about certain planets being aligned and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's because they are moving too, and they don't move at the same rate that we do, and they move at different rates
well, what
from
he
each
means
other.
by in the same spot, I think the only thing he would mean about the same spot would be the North Star and the Big Dipper. How are the stars and all that stuff still in the same spot if we're all moving? And the Big Dipper constellation is always, it's permanent. It's always in the same formation.
Maybe because it's so far away. Okay, if you have a soccer ball, okay, and you have a tennis ball that's going around, okay, the soccer ball,
right,
and a mile away, I mean that literally, a mile away, you have a cluster of nerds, okay, because they're small, they're round, whatever, okay,
right.
If they have like a mini telescope on this tennis ball, they're always going to see those nerds in that direction.
Doing this, okay?
What?
I'm not. I believe we're this spherical, like, we are a globe, but basically, we are a planet. I believe that. The only thing that I'm skeptical about is the moon landing. That was it, because there are some questions that I have. That's not to say that once my questions are answered, I'm like, okay, we've been on the moon, no problem. Like, but I have questions. But I believe there's space. I believe that there's like, satellites and all that.
Yes.
And there's a core. It's just fascinating. Because like I'm not a very judgmental person. So it's like when my dad talks about this stuff, I find it funny, but I take it in respectfully. And I'm the type of person, if you tell me a different belief that you have, I'll be like, I'll try to apply it and try to understand your side. Be like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But my own core beliefs are still there.
I guess there's just things that I'm just like, to me, logically, this makes sense. So when it goes against the logic that I have, I'm just like, how do you believe this?
Well, also, his statement was the fact that they used to claim the Earth was flat. Now, all of a sudden, it's a spherical planet.
Okay, but like, it's not all of a sudden. It is as technology and science has advanced that we have learned.
Of course. This rabbit hole of ours. Back to Halloween.
Back to Halloween. Back to the fact that I'm dying. Back to the fact that I now have a headache. Thank you, Tiffany's dad.
It's so funny. Well, I don't even know where we can go from here.
I don't know.
Point.
I still have to finish Dahmer,
down
so I have to finish Dahmer, so I'm going to lay in bed and finish watching Dahmer until I have to go pick up the girls from school.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then I'm going to have a strange conversation with my father about the flat Earth that we are supposedly on.
Please. I would love
Any questions that you have that you want me to ask him?
I want to know. I want to know about the lava thing and the volcano.
Oh, so he believes that there's stuff underneath us. Like, we're flat.
So it's just. But okay, what is on the underside? If we're flat, what is on the underside? Like, he's saying there's lava there. How come lava isn't just dripping into space?
There's no space.
Then what?
He doesn't believe there's space.
So there's no moon. There's no sun. There's no Jupiter and Mars.
The moon and the sun. I just showed you. I sent you a diagrammic whatever. I sent it to you. Basically, it's inside of the firmament.
Okay, what about all the other planets? What about all the other stars that we see? Is all of that inside?
according to my father,
Okay.
there are no other planets.
Then what do we see in telescopes?
Oh my god.
Okay, listen. Just write this down. Explain the stuff that we see in telescopes. Explain where exactly the lava is and what is on the underside of the flat Earth. Like it goes, okay, the crust or whatever, the lava, and then what?
Okay.
Okay. Explain also the seasons. The seasons. Like why is it that over here we're about to like go into winter, but in Australia they're going into summer?
Oh, because of how the sun and the moon rotate, I believe.
But the sun and moon
or whatever.
Is that the 24-hour cycle?
Oh, that's correct. There's a diagram for that as well.
Okay. My big thing is what is on the underside? What is on the underside and what is it that we see in the telescopes? If those aren't real, what are we seeing? If those are not planets, what are they?
You're gonna trip out. I have an answer to the planet thing, but we're gonna hold off on that.
We're gonna hold off on this, okay? Everybody, you need to come back because yes, we need to find out about these beliefs.
Welcome to what is Conversations with My Father, which actually me and my dad had thought about making a podcast.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say, like, it would be awesome if your dad would join us, because I think that would be a lot of fun.
Oh, one of these days. We're going to get him in on this.
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast and, going down this strange road that we kind of landed on. Landed? I don't know. Did we land?
Apparently not. Apparently not.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for just joining in. Again, I'm Tiffany.
I'm Amber.
And this is Hysterical.
Bye.
Bye.